On June 10th, 2016, one of my favorite human beings was taken from this world violently and completely unnecessarily. I've been wanting to make a video about Christina Grimmie for a very long time, and I never thought that I'd be making one like this. I don't really want to talk about the events of June 10th. Rather, I want this video to be a celebration of her life, and I just want to focus on the person that she was and the kinds of things that she brought to all of the people around her, and the way that she touched my life specifically. First of all, anyone who had any kind of relationship with me knew who Christina was. She was very, very much a huge, huge part of my life, and I owe so, so much to her. I discovered Christina, I'm guessing in 2010, but I'm not 100% sure, but quite a few years ago on YouTube. And I wish that I could say I remember what cover I had come across, but I don't even remember. All I know is that I was sitting on my bed, right over there, looking up covers. I'm a singer. I love to sing. I love hearing other people sing. And I came across her cover, and I fell in love instantly. I thought she was amazing. And everyone who's heard her knows that she's amazing. And she always grasps you right away. And it's not just her voice, it's everything about her. You can see a clip of her for 2 seconds and just her whole package just grabs you. So I looked at some more of her videos, and I was hooked. And the way that I became more involved in Team Grimmie is my best friend kind of introduced me to this other YouTuber named Damon Fizzy. And I came across one specific account who was a fan of Damon and Christina. And I remember tweeting her, and I was like, oh, you love Damon and Christina? We're going to get along so well. And through this account, I met so many people who felt the same way about Christina that I did. And I'm still, to this day, so happy and so proud to call those people some of my best friends. And I've met Christina twice. She had actually just learned to put a name to a face and a face to my Twitter handle the last time that I saw her in March. And I wish that we had had more of a chance for her to actually get to have a more close relationship with me and kind of get to know me individually. But Christina, now we're going to get into why she was such an amazing person and why she touched my life so much. Christina, to me, is an inspiration, an idol, and in some ways a friend. She always made you feel like you were her friend. She never made anyone feel like they were below her. No matter how famous or how cool she got, she was always very, very grounded. I remember the first time she ever tweeted me. I always felt so behind my friends because they all would tweet her back and forth, and she knew them by name, and I was always like, I want to be tweeted by Christina. And I, somebody that I followed said that they had friends who were going to a show, and they met her and they told her to tweet me, and she did. And then after that day, she tweeted me several more times, and I was beaming every time she would tweet me. I was actually out to dinner the first time she tweeted me, and I, like, flipped out. But, yeah, Christina formed very strong individual relationships with a lot of her fans, and she didn't even like to use the word fans. We were her friends. We were her friends and her fans. And yeah, she formed very close friendships with a lot of us. And she would, like, hang out with her fans, and she'd go out to dinner with her fans and just be friends with them, which is something that you can't say for many celebrities. She also stayed true to herself all the time until the very end. She didn't let fame, she didn't let anything change who she was. She was still the same exact girl she was in front of her piano when she recorded her Party in the USA cover as she was at her very last show. She loved God so much so that she got all his vanity tattooed on her arm to remind herself that the fame and the glamour meant nothing, and that everything was about God. And she was very, very rooted in her faith, and just wasn't afraid to share it. She wasn't afraid to tell you what she believed. And she wasn't afraid of what people would think about her if they found out how dedicated she was to the Lord and to her Christianity. And I mean, probably, and on top of just the beautiful, amazing, kind, loving, down to earth person that she was also obviously so incredibly talented. I mean, she had an amazing voice. She had such a good ear. I mean, she didn't read music, but she played the piano, and she could just hear keys and just kind of figure things out just by ear. And I remember the last show that I saw her at, she was kind of taking requests, and somebody would name a song, and even if she hadn't played it in a really long time, she would just kind of feel it and hear it, and just it would just come out of her fingertips onto the piano, and it was just amazing. I'm looking up because if you saw my other videos, I have a picture of her right up there on the wall, so when I'm talking about her, I just keep looking up at her. I mean, my life is so different because I had her in it. I mean, without her, so many things would be different. There are trips I would have never gone on. There are people I would have never known. There are lessons I would have never learned. And I mean, just the friendships that I've made, just from, like, the way that music can connect people. I mean, I like this artist, you like this artist, and now we're best friends. I mean, just the way that works is crazy, but I mean, some people in Team Grimmie have just become some of my best friends, and I just can't imagine not having that. I had the blessing to attend Christina's memorial service, and it was something that I very much needed after everything. It was just very difficult for me to deal with this on my own in an environment where it felt like nobody understood, because a lot of people, this didn't necessarily happen to me, but I just felt like people were looking at me like, why are you so upset over a celebrity that you didn't even really know personally? And it's so much more than that. Just literally so much of my life was built around Christina. She's done so much for me. And like I said, I'm a singer, and there's always a piece of her with me when I sing, and there's always going to be. And the other day, I tried to sing for the first time since her passing, and I couldn't even make it through because I just started crying. Because it didn't feel fair that I still get to sing while she's silenced. And I just didn't feel worthy. And I know it doesn't make sense, and I'm working on moving past it, but it was just a very strange feeling, and I could also feel an overwhelming sense of her absence when I tried to sing. Because like I said, she was always with me when I sang. And she's always with me in a lot of senses. And she made me want to be a better person. She really, there are a lot of people in the entertainment industry that aren't very good role models. But if you were going to pick a positive role model for your child or for your sister or for whoever you cared about, you wanted it to be Christina. There was just nobody better, in my opinion. And I'm so blessed that I got to live at the same time that she did, and that I got to know her and meet her and just be blessed by her spirit and her light. And I got off topic. I was talking about the memorial. The memorial, it might sound like a weird choice of words, but it was kind of great because I got to be with all of the people that I had met through her, my internet friends, some of them that I hadn't met before. And it was very beautiful the way that we were all able to come together. We were all able to be in the same place, and we were all able to support each other through this. And it was a sad time, but there were also some very fun times that we had while we were there. And it's just amazing, all the things that we got to do because of Christina. And I want to touch on one thing really quick. I also had the pleasure of knowing Christina's brother, Mark, who is such an amazing human. He was there for me when I was in a kind of potentially unsafe situation at one of Christina's shows, and he took the time to make sure that I was safe, while he was also juggling a million other things. And we all know that Mark was a hero the night that Christina was killed. And he's just such a kind, selfless person. And I would call myself Mark's friend I mean, we've talked a few times. That means we're friends, right? But I mean, honestly though, I mean, Mark and Christina were so blessed to have each other. They loved each other so much. And like even this isn't going to tear them apart. They're inseparable, and they're both such great humans. And Mark, if you're watching this, I love you so much. And I think that you're so, I don't know, you're so selfless. You're such a great person. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you. You like your family didn't deserve this. Christina didn't deserve this. Nobody deserved this. But I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but you really are a hero, and I really am blessed that I got to have both you and Christina in my life, and I would not trade that for anything. At the memorial, I also got to talk to Christina's mother, and I had never met her mother previously, and it's something that I had wanted to do for so long. Even before Christina passed, I wanted to thank her mother for everything that she's brought into my life. So I'm very happy to say that I was able to hold Tina Grimmie's hands and look her in the eye and just tell her what her daughter meant to me, how much she changed my life, and how thankful I am for everything that she's allowed me to have in my life. I mean, I can go on about Tina Grimmie also. I mean, she stressed to me that she's not the one who's strong. It's God that's strong. And I mean, it's true. I mean, a lot of us don't see it that way. A lot of us, including myself, have gone up to Tina, Mark, Bud, anybody, saying, "You're so strong." But I mean, she has a point, it really is God. The whole Grimmie family is so God-fearing and so faithful, and I'm so happy that they find comfort in God and that they know that she's with him. And I always tear up when I hear or say this, but Christina is singing with the angels. She's joined God's choir, and they gained a beautiful voice. But I just really wanted to share my experience knowing Christina Grimmie. And it's very sad what happened. But to all the people that she's touched, she'll be with us forever. I mean, like her best friend, Sarah, said, she's more alive than she's ever been. Sarah said a lot of things that really resonated with me. That Christina's more alive than she's ever been. She said, we don't have a soul, we are a soul, we have a body. And, you know, while the memorial was very, very heartbreaking and very, very sad, it was also, in a sense, very warming, very comforting, just being surrounded by people who love her. And I'm forever grateful that I got to be a part of that after Christina being such a huge part of my life. I'm so thankful I got to be with her family, her friends, my friends, and everyone just came together. And in a way, it was closure. I mean, I'm iffy with the word closure because I mean it still hurts, but it definitely helped with some closure. But I mean, let's not overlook the fact that Christina was a very talented musician and an amazing artist and creator, but on top of that, she was a role model, a friend, a sister, a child of God, just such a pure, honest, beautiful human being inside and out. And I've been trying to stress the point that when someone passes away, everyone says all these great things about that person and kind of talks them up a lot, but in this case, all of these things are so true. And anyone who has said amazing things about Christina after she's passed, I guarantee you they would say the same exact things while she was alive, because I know I would have. And like I said, I wanted to make a video about Christina for a long time, and I wish that I had made it sooner, because I would have said all of these things still. Christina blessed every single person whose life she came into, even if they never got the chance to meet her and they just saw an interview or they heard her sing on The Voice or they saw a YouTube cover or whatever. Her light was so bright. Correction, her light is so bright. And I feel like once I turn the camera off, I'm going to think of a million other things that I should have said about Christina. So just know that just because I didn't say one thing doesn't mean it wasn't true. This video has been very scattered, and I've been very nervous about making this video, and it took me such a long time to sit in front of a camera and talk because I've just been so heartbroken and just so hollowed out by this. But I really could not have asked for a better role model in my life. And God has blessed me so much that I was blessed with Christina while she was alive for many years. She makes me want to be a better person. She makes me want to be a better musician. She makes me want to be a better child of God. She just inspired me in every aspect that somebody can be inspired. And I am never, ever going to forget her. Never. I will carry her with me for the rest of my life. She's always going to be a part of everything that I do. She's always going to be in my heart. Always. She was just too special and too important to not linger with me forever. And I love her so much. She's always going to be with me. And if you're watching this and you heard about her passing and you didn't know who she was before, I encourage you to go on her channel, watch her videos, search her name, watch some interviews, find out who she was, because the print that she left on this earth is just incredible. It is such a better and brighter place because she lived. And if you were blessed enough to have Christina a part of your life while she was alive, just please always remember how blessed you are And I'm sure I don't need to say this, but just make sure that you always carry her with you for the rest of your life, and just always remember her, because she was so, so special. And she was so, so loved. And here's the part where I turn off the camera and think of a million things that I should have said. But I hope that I at least scratched the surface on who Christina was and what she meant to me. So thank you everyone for watching, and I hope that everyone is doing well and slowly working on getting better. And just always, always remember Christina Grimmie.